Hey there, Wilderings fans, or soon-to-be fans. My name's Kabam Pinwheel, and I'm super excited to be here showing off our latest community playtest. We've been hard at work making changes based on your feedback to things like combat, player agency, overall polish. So over the next hour or so, I'm going to be showing off those changes and maybe a little bit more. But that's enough talking about it. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. So, of course, like I'm sure many of you over the last couple of days, I've been diving into the playtest, having a lot of fun. But just so that we can show everything off properly, I'm going to go ahead and start a new game just for you guys. So we'll go ahead and start new. Goodbye, save file. It's been fun, but let's start a new one. So if you played our demo that we launched back in June, or checked us out during Steam Next Fest, this emotional, honestly really beautiful animated opening will be familiar to you, but it's just too good to skip. We gotta watch it. There we go. Hey, a family, and nothing bad will happen to anyone. No, little bit of heartwarming stuff before we dive into the reality of what's happened since. The mystery. We'll find out more in the future. Oh, did you catch that? That's one of our first changes right off the bat. We now have voiced dialogue for Riff and Abby, which is super exciting. Obviously, this demo, or this tutorial, like I mentioned, if you played our demo, will be a little familiar, but there's some new stuff in it too, like that voiced edition. Also, pro tip right there, even though it says just to clear enough to get through, go ahead and grab as much of that stuff as you can while you're there, because I mean they're memory fragments, so that'll help you later on. I'll go ahead and go down here.
I'm sorry, little one. Your stinger won't go to waste.
Need to remember to not talk over all the new dialogue. But yeah, no, it's super cool having that voiced dialogue. It just adds a little bit. I think helps people identify the character, or identify with the character a little bit better.
About time, Abby. What took you so long?
There were Vluckin everywhere. I had to take a detour.
A detour? You should have finished them off and kept moving.
My grandmother told me that violence can make us lose control.
But your grandmother knew how to fight too, didn't she? Look,
yeah,
she left one of the springs here. Come on, use it and bring back life to this damned cave.
He's very demanding up there on his little perch. So, like before, go ahead and activate the spring.
The restoration attracted a Vlocking. Don't let it reach
Here comes one of our enemies. Ooh, it's funny. I've run through this tutorial so many times practicing for this, but it is still nerve-wracking trying to get that right on camera in front of people. But thankfully, one of the changes we've made is just with targeting and enemy timing and animations. Everything is a little more consistent and easier to not easier necessarily to perform, but easier to anticipate. And you can start to build those rhythms, that muscle memory that I think really helps you develop your skills over time, which for me at least helps really make it feel like you're accomplishing and achieving something. So it's a lot of fun there. What?
Don't look at me like that. I didn't want to do it. It was self-defense.
I know, but if you keep repressing your rage, the beast behind that wall will crush you. I'm not losing you in there.
It's not a beast. It's my sister.
Don't you see? Unlike your siblings, you can control that rage, just like your ancestors did. That gift is unusual.
My parents once told me that strong emotions can awaken the most destructive part of us. They called it nature's wrath.
I don't know how it works.
I know
but
some
for
folks in the Discord have
reason,
asked what
it doesn't
nature's wrath
seem to
is. There's
affect you.
maybe a hint right there.
Use it.
Yeah, I'm super
All
excited as we get closer and closer to
I'll
early
fight.
access
I
for
won't unleash that
some more
power.
story elements to start
too
trickling in
dangerous.
and trickling out to you guys,
become
because
Good.
it's a
I
really,
think we
really
just brought
interesting
down a
world.
wall.
And Hero Beat
now,
obviously is known for
I will have
fantastic
to.
narratives. So I think
Speaking of walls,
it'd be a lot
come
of
on.
lot of
Smash that
story
one
to
down with a single
dig your
blow.
teeth into.
Show me you're strong enough to end that monster.
What are you trying to get me to do, Riff, huh? Anyway, so we'll go ahead and break through here. Now, you might have noticed when I was dodging before, but if you didn't, we have a new placement for our stamina bar. So before it used to be up there under our health bar. But some of the feedback we got was that it was a little hard to keep track of it, especially during combat. You know, you got a bunch of enemies on the screen and you're trying to make sure that you can roll or time a parry or something. You don't want to have to be looking sort of off the middle of the action. So we've brought it right back, or not back, but right into the middle of the frame. So it's a lot easier to keep track of. Plus, it just looks cooler. You know, that honey gradient, I think, fits really well with Abby and her spirit companion bee. Yo. That's a big baddie. Now, it will be interesting. I will try. Also, I now have eyes on chat. Hello, everyone. Yes, there is story stuff coming later. Not we've got just peeks of it so far in the demo and the playtest, but we're starting to get more and more of it coming out and available to you. So I'm going to do my best. Let's see if we can do a little bit of damage here. Let's see. It's the tricky thing when you make the transition from range to trying to get in close. If Rohi shoots right at their feet, it makes it difficult to get in there close, because then you gotta. Oh, I took a big hit while talking. It makes it tricky to get in there. Oh, makes it tricky to get in there because of the black. So I am going to go ahead and say this straight up from the beginning. I am not a pro gamer. I know some of you in the Discord have mentioned being able to get Rohi down to 10% health. That is very impressive to me, because I don't think that I could do that in this condition right at the start of the game with no upgrades. But, you know, I won't just give up. I'll do a couple hits there. Another addition, and you can maybe see popping up on the screen there, we've got our damage numbers like there was before, but when we get a critical hit, it's a bit more noticeable, a bit more flashy. It's just more satisfying, you know, seeing that big number, that red number with the little icon pop up. Especially with a lot more ways to get crits. Oh, there we go. Thump. But yeah, is that I eat tomatoes. Yeah, it is a scripted loss. Spoiler if you've not played the demo or checked out the playtest yet. It's fun. You can go a long ways, but the boss is definitely a lot better to take on once you have some upgrades. Can't do that in this playtest, but in the future you definitely will be able to. But we're back up here on the ship. I'll go ahead and talk to Riff real quick.
Oh, I'm glad to see you're still in one piece.
Take me back to the volcano. If I defeat him, he'll return to normal.
Not so fast, Abby. I told you to be careful, but you were too impulsive.
But
You need to become stronger before facing your brother again.
Fair enough, but
The springs
I agree
are the
too.
solution. They'll
You
give
need
more power
upgrades and Hântu and abilities.
if you fight to defend them.
I hate doing this. But I'll do it for them. They're all I have left.
That's more like it. Jump from the ship when you're ready. Good luck, Abby.
Alrighty, so Here's a little insider tip or trick for you when starting a new run. If you're new to the game or returning and maybe haven't thought about this before, the reason I mentioned to get all those memory fragments earlier on is because we should, when we come over to the skill tree here, have enough to get a little bonus. But speaking of the skill tree, if you guys remember before what that used to look like, we used to have those 3. Each of them terminating in a different ability for Abby. Abby's different special attacks. Got some feedback from that you know, it was maybe not as good as it could have been, especially in terms of, you know, having to go down one path all the way to get to that reward, and then same thing, you know, for each one. So got a brand new skill tree. Take a look at this with a bunch of different branching options. We'll dive into a little bit later on. But for now, go ahead and check out this little bonus here. Maximum health plus 10. Go ahead and grab that before we even dive into our first run. It's a little pro tip for you. But so we've got our extra health. Go ahead and dive down. And normally, returning folks will know this is where you would pick a Hântu, but we have not unlocked any of our little friends yet, so we got to land down here. We got to find some. We're down here in the grasslands. We'll go ahead and rewild our first spring. And everybody's favorite, these little vluglets popping up. One of the major things that we're focusing on in this playtest that we'd love to get your feedback on is the combat. We got a lot of feedback on that in previous playtests, that it was fun but needed maybe a little bit of work, needed to be a little bit quicker, needed to be more responsive. A lot of things that we've been working on improving. So actually, we've got our first Hântu here. I'll get back to that in just a moment. But as you notice, we've got 3 grasslands. Now, before, you guys have been able to play with Hornsby. Fan favorite, especially on this live stream. We've had a lot of fun, a lot of RAM-related humor with Hornsby, a lot of charges. But we've got his 2 grasslands friends now in the playtest, playable for the first time by you guys. But even more interesting, if you remember this guy here, we'll talk about this later, but this was one of our guest artists, Hântu, that you guys unlocked because of our wishlist milestone. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But for now, I think I'm going to have to go for Wilra, just because I love both the design
Who are you, little
and
friend?
also it's so
Feel
funny
the
watching
power
him
radiating
do
from
his special. So we'll get to that in just a
protect
little
you
bit.
from this evil Vlukin. If we stick together, they won't stand a chance. Let's go.
But yeah, so I was talking about the combat, and one of the big things we wanted to make it feel a bit more challenging. So enemies will come at you a bit harder in larger numbers. There's more types of enemies we'll get to, but yeah, hopefully a bit more of a challenge. Now, this is probably one of my favorite quality of life changes. I've teased about it in the Discord a little bit, but if you guys remember before, you got to clear up all this. Oh, we got to clear up all that trash without hitting those explosive barrels, which are also new. But instead of just having to whack them all now, you can just roll right through them, get rid of them. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do. It's just roll through garbage and pick it up. It's so satisfying. So go ahead and get all of that stuff before we head on down here. Take on these guys. Another thing that you guys mentioned before was that targeting was sometimes a little tricky, especially in large groups of enemies. Abby would maybe like snap in a direction you weren't intending. Now we've focused the targeting, made it a lot more precise. So you are going to swing and hit at what you intend to swing and hit at. Let Riff go ahead and come on down here. Chat with him.
Thank you for destroying that terrifying construct, Abby.
Oh, yeah, now that we're talking with him again. Yeah, I ate tomatoes. Didn't expect him to sound like that.
Afraid of scarecrows than the Vlugin.
Afraid of the Vlugin? Not at all. I hate those nasty creatures, but they don't scare me.
Let's see, scarecrows. But yeah, what did you expect him to sound like?
Destroy scarecrows?
At last you understand. Destroy more and I'll be eternally grateful. Besides, I'll fly you anywhere, as long as there aren't any nearby. Well, well, I see you found a Hântu. They're very useful.
Adorable little guy there. Let's see. What can they do?
Hântu? What is a Hântu?
What is a Hântu? Very good question, Abby.
Creatures. They used to be everywhere before the corruption ruined everything.
And
go ahead and just listen to some more of this dialogue here.
They sure can. Each one has unique abilities. If you manage to earn their trust, they'll fight by your side.
What can I do to find more?
Keep restoring their homes and they'll eventually appear. The Hântu always return when the world starts to heal. But be careful. If you fall, the Vlugin will come back and destroy everything again.
And what will happen to the Hântu then?
Don't worry. Hântu are intelligent, loyal, and grateful creatures. If you earn their trust, they'll stay with you forever. I'll make sure to bring them up to the flying ship. However, I'm afraid their help won't be enough. You'll need to better prepare. The continent is a wasteland. But you can gather useful resources by restoring the land.
All right, let's get to it.
Springs and let the bee work its magic.
All right.
All right, let's find a fountain.
Go ahead and head over here. Take on these guys real quick. There we go. Oh, we'll get some nectar out of this. That'll be useful once we head back out to the ship. Oh, and we get to show off our new rarity system here. If you guys remember before, when you get your cards, you have just a couple of things like, maybe a new Hântu, a health bonus, maybe attack increase. Now, we've got even better in-game rewards. We still have all of those things, don't get me wrong, but there's now a chance to get some of these special per-run upgrades, like the Pollen Veil, the Renewing Darts. They only last for the length of your current run, so if you fall, go back up to the ship, you won't have it next time. You'll have to unlock it again. But they are pretty spicy and a lot of fun. Now, how can you improve your chances of getting things? Well, there's also a new luck skill, which, as you can see, we can also get as a reward here that improves our chances of not only getting these sort of things, but also getting improved versions of the other cards, So instead of getting, 10 health or, 20 health or something, maybe you get 100 or more. So just increased versions of cards you already know, plus some of these cool ones. But we have a difficult choice ahead of us. Do we want Renewing Dart, which regenerates ammo over time? This one is super cool, especially if you build into it. That's another thing that I think is really, really improved in this build of the game, is being able to sort of spec out your builds a little bit. So you can increase your ammo capacity, get Hântu that add, that make your darts a little bit better. So this can be a lot of fun, but I do love Pollen Veil, and I think I'm going to go with it purely because not only does it create a defensive shield, but rolling no longer consumes stamina. This is a big one, I think, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our pollen here. I'll go ahead and roll. into some of this garbage and show off our brand new shield, which pops up, protecting us for 2 seconds. And also just has a cool little visual effect. But again, most importantly, stamina. There we go. Boom, boom. I'll whack those ones. All right, so now we got to come back up here. We'll talk to Riff again.
As you restore the continent, you'll be able to revive not only the fauna, but also the plant life. Some of these plants produce fruit, and the Hântu depend on it to
now we got to get our fruit.
Gather some of these fruits and we can analyze them on the ship. Maybe we can even plant these seeds.
So in addition to showing off a bunch of the new stuff in the build, I want to work our way over the wetlands, because that's another one of the things that's new in this playtest, is an expanded bit of land in the wetlands biome. But we got to work our way over there.
There it is, the volcano.
You know, in the distance.
Hang in there, Rohei. I'm going to save you.
We'll get there one day. All right, now we got to deal with these enemies. So, like I was saying before, combat can get a little more challenging, especially because with that new skill tree, you can start to really scale your power pretty effectively. So, gotta add some more combat in. Hey, Wolver diving right in there, not wasting any time. But so to compensate for that, we've had to make the fighting a little bit more challenging. So you'll see larger and larger groups of enemies running at you, but also new kinds of enemies. We've got plans to add a variety of new types of enemies, but for now, we're starting off with that globet there that you saw the first of. Is a mini version of the globber, the full-size ranged enemy, that doesn't do any melee, but fires a little bit quicker. Okay. Now let's see. We've got our blowgun damage, which if we had taken Renewing Dart, this one would have been really good to grab. We've got Wild Echo, which is new currency that we can use on the bottom half of the skill tree. We've got new branches that take currency other than just the memory fragments. Crit damage is always nice, but I think this one, again, we got to go for the cool stuff. We got to take the cool new upgrades, and this one I think is super cool because we've added in, now we've got combos with your light attacks, and if you can chain together a 3-hit combo here, bonus damage, easy peasy. Got to take it. Go ahead and grab our fruit here. What are the stars on the cards? Those weren't there before. That is true. So those, we were talking a little bit before about the rarity system and how there's different versions of rewards. So those stars on the cards highlight, or I guess indicate, better word, indicate the rarity of that card. And so you can see, you know, is this a good one? Is this a really good one? Is this an insanely good one? So there's a bit more visual feedback to help you figure out which reward you should take. I think the idea with a lot of that too is that before it might have been, you know, maybe there's one clear good option. Now we want to make your choice a little bit more difficult. Maybe you've been, you know, building into the blowgun, like I said, you could do now. But then you see something that really makes you want to focus on heavy attacks, and it's just too good to pass up. You know, maybe you change your mind midway through a build and you start building into a different, you know, a different play style. So it's all about just giving options and variety and mixing it up a little bit. Ooh, I need to pay attention though, because these, like I said before, the globbers themselves are not too tough just one-on-one, but in a small space like this where there's not as much space to move around, and with other enemies focusing that I need to focus on, they can be a little bit of a nuisance. They get especially tricky when you get a bunch of them together, so we got to watch out for that. All right, let's see. Ooh, so we've got Hornsby, but we don't have a new Hântu slot. So I think we're going to stick with Woolra. I still haven't actually used Woolra, even though Woolra's been doing work with his passives. I'm going to take a little bit more maximum health, just to give myself a little bit of a buffer. You should dodge roll only cards and become Sonic. Honestly, you know, I'm in blue, so there we go. You know, it's not a bad idea. It's pretty funny. Well, actually, okay, thinking about it. Here, let's get up here. Let's get into a decent chunk of enemies. I've got an idea based on that Sonic comment. Let's see if we can do this. We get a good group here.
I can't do that while they're
Oh
walking
no,
nearby.
we got to clear these guys off first. Bump, bump, bump. All right, let's clear these ones off, and then. All right, I'm gonna run around a little bit, get them all grouped up, and then go ahead and get Woolra spinning around us with his special, which is very funny to bully people with. Oh, we've got to deal with the armored now, armored Fluglets. There we go. Break that armor with a heavy attack. Stun this guy. Parry and counterattack, and bing, bang, boom. There we go. All right, so we've got seeds here. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, see, this is the sort of thing I was talking about before, where now we've got some difficult choices, because these are both good options. You know, we've got a tier 3 seeds, which 75 that's a lot of seeds. You can get some plants, some trees up to what, tier 2 or tier 3 with that, I think, if I'm remembering my math correctly. But that's a lot of wild echo. That's a lot of resource. Let's, you know, okay, we're going for a big number. Let's grab that. Also, we missed the scarecrow, so let's go ahead and take care of this. Oh, and we've got some guys sneaking up behind us. Let's go ahead and roll out of the way. And go ahead and get a Woolra. Give us a little bit of protection. Knock these guys around. There we go. All cleared up. But my health is low. So I am... Let's see, can we sneak in? No, there's grass. So we've got to go all the way back around. But I have an idea, you see, because one of the things that players also mentioned was, outside of having like Lumi or anything, health was a little bit RNG dependent. So we've got some more of these treasure chests, which not always, but often will have health stuff. This one didn't. That's okay. Full bloom is cool. Memory fragments. We're going to take this because something tells me we'll be going back up to the skyship soon, and I want to be able to upgrade stuff. So let's go ahead and clear this one. I know there's another treasure chest. Let's not combine our words. Relatively nearby, and so go ahead and clear these guys out. Oh, watch out for that explosion. Oh, I'm out of stamina, so I cannot parry, so gotta watch out there. Let's get Woolra going. There we go. He is coming in clutch here. Gotta really watch out, though. I am on 5 health. Let's hit him with a quick shot, quick shot, quick shot. There we go. All right, be careful not to walk into any of the things on the ground. All right. You might also notice along the edge of another visual improvement. One of the things we wanted to focus on in this build, in addition to the combat, player agency stuff with the cards and everything, is just an overall level of polish. So you've seen that with the voice dialogue and the music you've been hearing, which I've not even pointed out, but we've got brand new music and a music controller that helps sort of dynamically change the music based on the situation. But in addition to that, new UI feature. Now that I am very low health, we've got a little red vignette around the edge of the screen just to let me know that I'm in danger. I've also got some haptic feedback going on my controller to say pretty much the same thing. So I stun that one, dodge out of the way of the other. Oh, there you go. I already cleared those guys out. So a little late on the draw on that Wilra, so that's my fault. Let's see if I can survive regardless. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, and now I'm out of ammo, and if I had taken Renewing Dart earlier, that wouldn't be a problem, but... Oh. We've got our Hântu skill. Just bully him against this wall here. Give us a little bit of distance to take on this guy, and then we'll double back. Where are you? You're over here. Whack, whack, whack. There we go. Cleared off your armor and survived. Okay. It is very tense doing this with very little health, but it is still fun to do. Yeah. Hey, Javi, welcome. Yeah, Wilra is fantastic. I need to show off Navalin at some point, but I'll probably get a chance to do that after I die. But Wilra is so much fun. Just gives you a little bit of personal space, but also make sure, hey, you're not supposed to be here. What are you doing? Gives you a bit of personal space, and also you can just bully people, and it's super funny. If you're like ever near an edge, like over there, or if you're near grass, it's also really funny to knock them into the monoculture. And yeah, also Javi, yeah, I was using the quick shot, which, oh my god, I love the quick shot. It's so nice. Honestly, the blow dart is useful, and there's some cool upgrades that make it better when you're in aiming mode like this. But with the quick shot, it's just boom. I just move around, keep firing, keep moving. And it's one of the reasons I like regenerating darts so much. All right, let's check this treasure chest. Hey, there we go. Okay, not as much as I wanted, but oh, okay. Oh, do I want to gamble? Do I want to gamble? Take the risk. More luck. Maybe I'll get more health next time. Shouldn't say gamble. It's not gambling, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna back myself. I'm gonna take more luck and hope we get some better rewards in the future. But like I said before, our goal ultimately is we want to work our way over to the wetlands. So we gotta head over in this direction. Oh, get Wild Echo. Sorry, I missed that. Okay, next time Wild Echo pops up. But I will say, we got a mega amount of Wild Echo earlier on, so we are not hurting in that category. All right, let's knock these guys into the grass. Let the monoculture do our work for us. All right, well, we've got this one right here. Let's go ahead and just clear this out, see if we can get a reward that'll help out. This one will be a little tricky because it's a very compact space. But we're just gonna have to do our best. Oh, there we go. I got hit. Dang. Wilra defending my body. All right. Well, hey, we're going back up to the airship. I'll be impressed if you clear this. Yeah, honestly, I would have been impressed too. Okay. Well, we're back up on the ship. We've got a bunch of resources and everything, so we'll go ahead and take a look at all that. But real quick, before we do that, let's go ahead. We've got a little deck. We talked through some of the changes. So in our last couple playtests and the Steam Next Fest demo, we got a ton of great feedback from you guys, talking about all kinds of things. But what we saw especially come out of that was three major themes. You guys wanted improvements for combat. You wanted improvements to player agency and improvements to overall polish. So we've been hard at work on those elements, doing things like updating our combat system. So we've already seen a fair bit of that so far in our stream. You've seen improved animation timing for the enemies, so they're more consistent, they're more predictable, or anticipatable. More anticipatable. We've made changes so that animations don't lock you out of action, so you're not prevented from making an attack or dodging out of the way because you're already locked into something. We've added in some more enemy types. We'll be adding in even more just to increase the variety of enemies that you face, and targeting controls overall are just crisper, tighter, more responsive, better overall feel. We've also added in the rarity and luck system, which we showed off a little bit before. This, we hope, will make it so that each run feels unique, but uniquely your own, because whatever choices you make are your choices. Whether or not you were planning to go in to a run and focusing in on using the windpipe, or you were saying, I'm going to do heavy attacks, or I'm going to focus on these Hântu. Maybe a reward pops up and it's too good to say no to, and you go in a different direction. Well, maybe you don't, but that's your choice. We've got our skill tree expansion, which we showed off a little bit before. We'll be taking a look at more in the future. But the focus there on redesigning that was really to make sure that no matter how far you make it in a run, if it's a short one, if it's a long one, whatever you do, you are making progress run over run consistently, and that you can feel it. And we think that this new tree helps with that a lot. And then finally, we've made a lot of changes to the overall polish of the game that help make it feel more like a finished product. It's not there yet. We're not even in early access. We've got a ways to go, but we want to make it feel like a consistently fun, enjoyable product. So we've got those things like voice dialogue, which we've added in, which is new music that changes dynamically. Some new UI changes, the new stamina bar, the health vignette, but also some new Hântu that help with healing. Some of them, not all of them. Other ones are just fun to play with. But talking about those Hântu, let's go ahead and check them out on the next slide. So, 6 brand new or new to you Hântu. These are Hântu that we might have shown off before. We might have talked about it a little bit, but this is the first time you can play with any of these 6 new Hântu on the left side of your screen. We've got 2 new back droids, which help with healing. We've got 2 new Wetlands Hântu and 2 new Grasslands Hântu, as well as some returning favorites that we had to keep in there because they're too much fun to not have along. But you might notice the bottom 3 of our new Hântu. They look a little familiar, and that's because they come from our guest artists. If you remember back in June, as part of our wish list milestone that you guys helped us reach, we worked with 6 fantastic guest artists to design some brand new Hântu, and you guys loved it so much, and we loved it so much that we had to get some of them into the game. So let's go ahead and take a look on the next slide. We've got Limu, who we've not run into yet, but is a new back droid that helps with healing. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's see if we run into him in the future. We can bring him along. We've also got on the next slide our new Wetlands Hântu, Waro, who is just adorable. And you can see some of those early explorations went a little out there, but I think the final design is really, really cool. And then finally, in the Grasslands, we have Navalin, who we didn't pick before, but we'll see if he pops up again, and we'll bring him along for a ride. But all of these Hântu were designed by artists, and we were able to get them into the game because of you. All of you guys wishlisting the game, getting us past that wishlist milestone meant that we could include in the game. But I want to go ahead and remind you guys that we have more wish list milestones to go. So go ahead, let your friends know about the game. Get to try it out now during the playtest. Perfect time to give it a go. But especially ask them to wish list it. We've got some really fantastic things left to go. New masks for Abby, with some special powers included that we would love to include for you guys, but we got to get there on those wish lists. So go ahead and share the game. Let us know. But in the meantime, let's get back to the game. So as I mentioned before, we did really well on Wild Echo. So let's go ahead and check out this bottom half of this skill tree now. So before it was just 3 different paths, linear paths, like we showed off before. But now we've got sort of this general branch going up here that, you know, that it branches out to a couple of side things. We've got different paths here for different kinds of Hântu, our more general Hântu stuff down here. So there's just all kinds of skills to build into. So let's go ahead and improve our Hântu here using our just ton of wild echo that we picked up there because of that high rarity reward we got. So let's get this. And here, expanded bond, you can find this is how we unlock more Hântu slots. So before, you could just get it as a reward in the springs. We got feedback from you guys that was maybe a little confusing, or even if it wasn't confusing, it was hard to consistently do. And, you know, at the end of the day, you want to play with the Hântu. The Hântu are one of the coolest parts of this game. We love them, and we want you to be able to play with them. So we've made it more consistent and more reliable. So go ahead and unlock this here. I've got so much. Do I want to build into one of these specific kinds of Hântu? Like, so see, we've got some grassland bonuses down here that I could get. Or do I want to just improve my Hântu overall? Probably better to stay here in the base and build up, and then we can branch out a little bit more over time. Let's go ahead and unlock a 3rd slot, because why not? We don't have enough to get, or no. I can't count. This is the 3rd slot, which we don't have enough for. But we have 2, and we'll build towards getting that 3rd one. Let's see, we've got attack speed, we've got agility. We'll do some attack speed. Now, let's go ahead and build up towards some of Abby's attacks up here. So as we go up here, all of these are more focused on improving Abby herself. So let's improve our stamina recovery. We'll do our max health, because I need that. And we are just a little bit short of getting our sprint attack. So we'll get that next time. Do I want to improve movement speed or health? You know what? Let's go ahead and let's save this for the future. Same with the rest of our wild echo. We'll save that for the future. We'll invest it. But we do also have some stuff for the Kuxan. So let's go ahead and use our nectar and our seeds that we got. Let's see. Quicker. I don't have enough for the revive. We can get extra luck here. You know what? That's always nice to have a bit of luck on your side. Let's go ahead and go with that. Go ahead and plant this one. Always fun to show off a new tree. Let's go ahead and place that. And let's go ahead and level it up, because we got a bunch of seeds, like I said. Let's see. Okay, was I right? I think I said tier 3. Do we have enough to get to tier 3? Exactly the right amount. Sometimes I impress even myself. I got lucky there. But thankfully, I've got a tree to improve my luck, so that might happen more often. All right, let's go ahead and dive back on in. We'll grab our friend Wool right here. But now we've got an extra slot, so next time when a Hântu shows up, we can bring them along with us. So do these fun little rolls and everything. Okay, there we go. This time we're starting off in the wetlands, which is where we wanted to get to. So that's always helpful. Go ahead and clear these guys out. Get this scarecrow out of the way for Riff. Fight these guys. And then let's go ahead and clear the spring up here. Lookout. Go ahead and use our thing over here near the edge so we can launch some folks off of it. There we go. Trap them in the corner. Oh, and there's some more coming up. Got you. We got to watch out for the little bit on the ground. we go. Defeated him with the power of gravity. Oh, and there we go. We've unlocked the hook, so now we can traverse a little bit better. And we got our boy Crockett. Oh, but look. Critical hit chance plus 20%. 5-star. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. I might have to leave this up to you guys to see if anybody has a strong opinion one way or the other. Should I get Crockett? We want to show him off? Or do I take the crit chance? 5-star crit chance. Oh, that's tricky. That's tricky. That's tricky. I think we got to go with our boy Crockett here. Even though the crit chance would be fantastic. I think we got to go with our little guy here. He's adorable. Who doesn't love a little flying crocodile that can just launch waves at the enemy? All right, I'll go ahead and zoom up here now that we've got our brand new hook. Oh, I don't have wall run yet. That's right. So I won't be able to get up there. So instead, let's go ahead and go here. Superhero. No, I tried to do superhero landing with a roll. Didn't quite manage it. That's okay. So where Woolra is really good when folks are getting a little too close for comfort, Crockett is really good if you've got a bunch of enemies all grouped up somewhere, and you can hit him with his wave. So we'll be on the lookout for clumps of enemies. That'll probably get a bit easier once we start to level up a bit in difficulty and we get more enemies running at us. So we've got Keto, we've got some more Wild Echo, but this time Renewing Dart. I passed on it last time. I think I have to take it this time. We got to get that ammo. All right. I think I talked about earlier that these barrels are new. One of the things I love about them, so they're red, they're glowing. If you've ever played a video game before, you know that means they explode. But what's awesome is you shoot them, boom, instant explosion. But if I can find another one, I should have had 2 lined up for my demonstration. But if you hit them, there's a little timer, so you have a little bit of time to get away. I know in earlier testing of that, I would whack them right away and they would explode, and it was a bit tricky. But let's talk to this.
Scattered. The gong calls. Still calls.
A third voice has entered the arena.
Don't remember who I was.
Now I wonder if
What is this orc following me?
Wonder if any of you can
Said
guess who it
something
is.
about a gong. Maybe I should look for one.
Sniper. Oh. Okay. Pro tip for you, because I frequently mess this up. Wait to drop the little spirit off at the gong until after all the enemies that are gonna pop up are gone, because you'll miss some of the dialogue. So let's see. Oh, we get Pollen Veil again. Crit damage. Crit hit chance. Ooh. I love Pollen Veil. I'm gonna keep taking it. It's one of my favorite upgrades. Oh, here's another barrel. I can show you what I was talking about before. So you remember before we shot it and it exploded right away. Now, if you whack it, you've got a little bit of time to get away. Not too much, so don't dilly-dally. But you can get in there and get out. All right, let's get over here. Go ahead and hit a Crockett wave real quick. See, I wonder if I can I'm only gonna be able to catch this one, I think, but there we go. That's okay. Eliminated one, and we took care of the other two. Oh, get him, boys, get him! I'm gang up on this guy. There we go. Easy peasy. We've got health. We've got seeds. We'll take a little bit of health. Just top ourselves off. We've not yet run into some of the new Bacteroids, but as you mentioned, we've added in 2 more of them in addition to Lumi, and all of them have special abilities that help you regain health over the course of your run. So that's another bit of feedback we got, that healing was a little bit too RNG dependent, just because you would only get it if you didn't have Lumi, that is, you could only get it, you know, as a spring reward, which wasn't super reliable or able to be done consistently. So we've added in some more Hântu that give you the option to have greater control over how and when you heal. Let's go ahead and cut on over to here. I wonder if I can hit those guys with the explosion. Well, and there goes all that health that I just got back. See, so there we go. That's why we picked it up, so that I had a bit of a buffer, so I could do some silly stuff like that. But oh, here we go.
You've
another one.
Brought me back a little more. I remember hands in the soil, laughter like wind through the leaves. There was a promise. Someone small, but the face has been lost.
Oh. Well, let's go ahead and get them back over to the gong. We're going to have to go the long way back around because I can't fly up there, but I can walk here and then, oop, and then glide this way and back on up to where we were. Go ahead, return her to the gong.
The memories return, like pollen in the wind. But I'm still not whole. Please, keep looking.
Alrighty. We won't hunt those down as a priority this time, but there's more of those around you can find. But we do have another live stream coming up on Wednesday, so we've got some other plans for that. But if you want me to try and hunt down soul seeds during that could potentially be something that we arrange. But let's go ahead and focus on our mission for today, which is, of course, trying to clear out the wetlands. I'll go ahead and get this one, and then we gotta head on up there. Ooh, okay, we've got some guys in a line here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and try and hit them with this wave. There we go. We got 2 of them with the wave this time. 100% improvement on last time. Boom. I gotta remember. I need to use my my darts more. Ooh, super luck. Well, we gotta go with the super luck. I'll take that, even though counter swarm is great. I want the luck. But yeah, I gotta remember to use my darts more, because they regenerate automatically, so I can pretty much just spam them and then wait a little bit and get them back. Ooh, there we go. Snared. You saw that pop up there. See, go ahead. Look on the Kuxan real quick, because if you check out the Hântu, you might notice up in the top, and I almost just started pointing at the screen. You're not going to be able to see that. But if you look down in the bottom right, you see chance to knock back and chance and damage. So in addition to their abilities, Hântu give you, as Abby, some extra bonuses. So there's, both their active reasons to equip them, but also the passives, and you can mix and match these, with however many Hântu you're able to equip. So Oh, also, I completely did a misinput there. I meant, I didn't mean to hit RB, I meant to hit LB. But while we're here, we're on the map, which is another new addition that we've added in this build. This is just the version 1.0 for this, so there'll be a lot more coming to it in the future. But some of the feedback we got from especially the Steam Next Fest demo was that with both biomes in the game, because before we had just been testing one biome or the other, or smaller versions of both, it could get a little confusing trying to get around all over the place. So now we've got a map that helps you navigate a little bit better, but we'll have more upgrades coming to that in the future. But let's go back over to the Hântu. I meant, of course, to hit right trigger, not right bumper. So I want to go over to our wetlands here. And you can see that chance to snare, we've got 5% right now because of our buddy Crockett here. So that won't happen all the time, but, you know, as we upgrade him and improve him, that'll improve as well. Go ahead, clear this one off. Oop. Go ahead and knock these guys off the edge. Up on these high platforms, I especially love Woolra because he's so much fun just to send folks flying. There we go, wall run. And now we have both of our Metroidvania-esque traversal mechanics. Boom, there we go, 5-star seeds. I mean health, but seeds. We gotta take the seeds. It's 5 stars. You gotta. So this is what we were talking about before, or what I was talking about before with wanting to give difficult choices. So, you know, it might have been the more obvious one to take the health that I needed more immediately, but those seeds were just too hard to pass up. All right, there we go. We've cleared that out. Now, you might be wondering, I'm very intentionally looking this way while I'm fighting, and the reason for that is that in previous versions of the Wetlands, this was the edge. You know, there was a little bit behind us, which I think we've got a little clip here you can show. Kabam Dork, the last time we had a playtest, flew out to, you know, that little bit of land out there that we've got. But now you can see there's a whole extra bit of this biome. So we gotta get down there and get to clearing. But before we do that, we've got to clear out this little floating space here. All right, let's get these guys lined up. And get a wave going. Combo it up with a bit of Woolra. Ooh. Gotta watch out for these ranged guys. Oh. He very cleverly hid behind a tree. All right, knock him off the edge. There we go. Don't walk into that. All right, Wild Echo seeds more damage or luck. Let's take more damage this time. We got a bunch of luck before, but damage is very helpful. All right, let's go ahead and make sure we're still collecting our resources. Now it'll be funny. We'll probably, at this rate, we might get to the end of this stream before we unlock any of Abby's special attacks. Which, if you remember, the last time we did the stream with Kabam Dork, those were on a per run basis, so we were getting those all the time. Now they've been moved into the skill tree, which we did that in the demo, but we've rebalanced how you get to there, the costs and everything. So it takes a bit, a little bit longer potentially, but you can ramp up much more powerfully now through here. So in our next stream, maybe we finish off clearing out the rest of the wetlands here and we try and get as much resources as we can at the start of the next stream. Maybe we go on a spending spree. We'll go wild. But to that point, we've got Rising Tide, which is the upgrade to Crockett's ability, which if you notice there's a little hint of mentioned before, more enemies coming. There's a flying enemy that will be in the game later on that this wave will be able to reach, but we don't have to worry about that for now. But we will still enjoy the higher, faster, more powerful wave that Crockett can shoot out now. Let's get all these barrels that have just been tossed away into the streams here. Let's clear this out. Get those resources. And make our way over towards the back of the wetlands. Yep, so as we start to get into more of these fights where we're still fighting Vluglets, but we're going to be fighting more and more of them at a time. Their attacks, they don't quite line up and take their turn as much as they did before. Oh, I am right next to this globber. But yeah, so enemies don't quite share the time as evenly as before. So dodging, especially, parrying as well, but just moving and staying in control of the battle space is going to be super important. But we think that adds a lot of depth and strategy to the combat, which is something that you guys were asking about, hoping for. And so we think this has been a really positive improvement. Oh, that I just knocked him into that. That was good, but also bad because I made him armored. But actually, we have our good buddy Crockett here. Oh, okay, he's down there. I think the ledge might disrupt it. But good buddy Crockett can get rid of that armor. Or at least have a chance to. There we go. Okay. Steady sting. There we go. So this would synergize well with our restoring ammo. We can charge up our shots. But finishing sting, 23% additional damage for the light attack combo. I think we got to go with that. All right. Let us. All right, we'll go clear out these guys over here. But actually, I'm gonna snipe these pair of globbits here, because I do not wish to deal with them up close. Don't mind dealing with these guys because I can dodge them a bit more easily. All right, let's whack. There we go. His armor's gone. There we go. Yep, there we go. See, I mentioned before that music dynamically changing as we go from combat to approaching a new spring. Starting some new combat. Oh, I need to get better with aiming on controller. Oh, I would have hit that with the mouse, but that's okay. Oh, man, we are speeding through Crockett's upgrade. Let's go ahead and. Oh, but that's so much wild echo. Oh. Ooh, okay. If anybody wants to chime in the chat, do we want Breaking Wave? Get Crockett's third upgrade for his special, or third level, I should say. Or just lots and lots of Wild Echo. I think we probably... You know what? We're going to go with Breaking Wave. Executive decision. Even though the Wild Echo would have been really good, especially for next time. But I don't know. I think next time we'll probably try and show off some of the other Hântu, so we might not have the same chance to show off Crockett. So let's go ahead, do that while we can. Ooh, we've got a geode over here, a little treasure chest. Memory fragments. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab those. See, at least there we're building towards our future investment in the skill tree, which we'll get to next time. But let's see, we've got these little guys now that we can jump up on now that we've restored that spring down there. Oh, but then I fell. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not going to pretend I'm the best gamer out there. So I'm just doing my best. Let's see if I can. There we go. And then up here, and then up here, and there we go. Timing. All right, recovered it a little bit. I'm sure there's people watching who are like cringing at my inability to do this first time. And if that's you, I apologize. But also, feel free to join us over on the Discord, which if you're playing the playtest or you're here on our Steam page, there's a link to our Discord, which you should go ahead and join. Come hang out with us, chat about the game. Got a lot of previews. We've got the developers are all in there, and they're wonderful people who love to chat about the game and share this fantastic creation they're working on. But like I was saying, if you have a clip of you doing that first try, or even just in one go, you can tell me it was your first try. Go ahead and share it over in the Discord. I would love to see that. Ooh, even more luck. Heavy attack, deal bonus damage at full stamina. That one's good. Let's go. We're going all. We're doubling down on luck. Super luck. Ooh, let's go over here. Balance beam, balance beam. I will say, I think I mentioned before, but the controls for Abby just feel a lot tighter now, with regards to like navigation. Oh, full bloom is taunting me. It really wants me to take it. All right, well, okay. I can't deny it twice. But in regards to controlling Abby, like turning and moving and everything just feels, a bit better. Now, I know I didn't show that off the best with my my parkour skills there, but take my word for it. Ooh, okay, there we go. A little bit of health. Go ahead and grab that just to get us off the bottom. Go ahead and head over here. Now we've got to be a little bit more careful here, because a lot of the times we love whacking people with our boy here, but we don't want to do that over at the other end, because that would knock them into all of that poisonous vlug, which would just make them armored, which we don't want to do, because that makes the fight harder. So got to kite them around a little bit to get them over here closer to the grass, and then we can proceed with Operation Bully. Except that one very deviously put some vlog right at his feet, so I couldn't bully too hard. He counter bullied me. Extra ammo. So this one's okay, but with the caveat that we have regenerating dart, this one becomes even better because it increases the pool of ammo that is regenerating all the time. But counter swarm is really good. I like the automatic counterattack triggered by a parry, so let's go ahead and grab that. But we are in the same boat as we were in earlier, where we need some help. So see if we can find geode or some more springs. But it is okay if we fall. We've made a lot of progress on this run. We've got a lot of resources that we can bring up. We've got a brand new Hântu friend. Let me see. I think we might have gotten just about all of the wetlands completed, other than our bit up there, which is a bit tricky to get to at the moment. But let's see. Oh, that's right, and I've got my wall run now, so I can get up here as you can see in the distance as well, we've got our volcanic biome, which we can't visit in this playtest, but you can see we're hard at work on adding even more biomes in, which is super fun. Oh, there we go. Down I went. All right. Well, I think we pretty much cleared all of the wetlands there, and we showed off a lot of new stuff, like our combat, our new rarity system, the new in-run rewards, some of our new Hântu, previewed some of the others. So I think, just for right now, we'll go ahead and wrap up the stream here. But you know, Riff has something to say. We'll talk to him first.
That was close, child. I found you unconscious down there, surrounded by blocking.
Oh no. I have to go back and protect what I've restored.
Nope.
Too late. The Vlogking have already
Too late.
destroyed everything again.
So, I'll have to start over?
Yes, but before you jump, use the resources you found to grow stronger. And be careful. I'd rather not have to go looking for you again.
Thank you for coming to my aid, Riff.
Take a moment to rest, but don't give up. We must continue the mission.
I'm pretty sure. I believe this bit of dialogue and interaction with Riff was added in, again, based on your feedback, that it was a little confusing once you died and then you tried to run back in and then you hadn't actually spent any of your upgrades or anything. So you got to remember, head over here to the Cookson. You got to head over here to the skill tree. You got to spend all that stuff. You got to find your little Hântu, and you have to pet them because petting is required. Do not forget, pet and feed your Hântu. We'll save that for next time. So yeah, okay. So next time we'll be streaming on Wednesday, August 5th. So in a couple days, we'll be starting the same time, 10 a.m. Pacific, right here on Steam. And want to just remind you guys, if I can get my notes here. Yep. So the whole reason we're doing this stream is because we've got a brand new playtest going on right now on Steam. If you're watching this, hopefully you've had a chance to dive in and check it out. If you've not, now is the best time. If you've not already played, you should be doing it now. You're on our Steam page. Just go ahead and scroll down, request access, dive into the playtest, check out 2 biomes, one with an expansion that we just checked out, some new Hântu combat changes, all kinds of improvements to player agency and refinement. Just a lot of really good stuff that we need your help on, because we need your feedback, because we need to know, are the changes that we made stuff you like, you don't like? Are there more things we need to change? Let us know. There is a survey link at the end of the playtest. Make sure and fill that out, and we'll get you the playtest role in the Discord and your name in the credits. Speaking of the Discord, I mentioned it before. Go ahead and join. Come over, chat with us, say hi, get inside information on all things Wilderings. Remember also to check us out on our socials. All of that should be linked here on our Steam page. And remember to have a good time. I don't know where I was going with that one, but I'm riffing here. Riff's over there, but I'm riffing too. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Thanks so much, everybody, and I'll see you next time.